guys, it's Shane Gold,
Josh Semenik,
and we're here reporting live with Henrix from Brrrrr Music Winter Festival at the Shangri-La Hotel in Toronto, Canada. I gotta ask you, Henrix, what's it like to come here from Miami to Toronto and play in these conditions? Have you ever played in an outdoor festival like this before?
No, not an outdoor festival like this. Played festival, of course, in cold weather, but no snow like this. Yeah, I've been to areas with snow, but indoor venues. Yeah,
nothing like this.
no.
So it's well known that basketball is your favorite sport and Miami Heat is your favorite team.
Yes.
Now that we're north of the border, how does hockey compare?
I like hockey. I haven't really watched it because Miami, it's not really that big, but I would love to go to a game here. Not really Miami, over here though.
Yeah.
Over here because I heard it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, who's your favorite hockey team in Canada?
Toronto Maple Leafs, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I was reading online, I just wanted to know, Tiesto inadvertently did give you your DJ name, Henrix.
Yes. Yeah, it was an accident actually. About a few years back, in the beginning when I first started doing mashups and stuff, I sent him a song. It was a mashup. I forgot which one it was. It was like a David Torre song, and he played it live. Not live. He played it on his radio show.
On Club Life.
Yeah, on Club Life. So he pronounced my last name wrong. My last name is Henriquez, and with the QU, I guess the Dutch name, he pronounced it Henrix. So a few years forward, I'm trying to change the name thing, to something shorter. And I was there for 4 months trying to figure out a name. And my friend, Digital Lab, we were in the car, and he told me, he's like, "Do you remember that time when Tiesto called you Pedro Henrix?" And I was like, "Oh, there it is.
That's my DJ name.
That's how it came about."
Cool.
Great way to come across it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who would you classify as your biggest musical influence?
Biggest musical influence outside of the EDM, I would say, I'm really into classic rock, so Pink Floyd, Bob Dylan, Queen, stuff like that. I love stuff like that.
Classic
so,
rock is really what
yeah.
started it all.
Yeah, I grew up on that because my father.
Yeah.
So, but in the dance music community, I'd say Eric Prydz to me is my favorite producer. You have the Steve Angelo, the Axwell, Layback Luke. Guys have helped me so far.
Cool.
And I gotta say, any challenges when you were first starting out, initial productions, or what do you believe the most difficult thing for a producer starting out in the beginning is?
In the beginning, it's getting the production right, but also you have to create your own sound, which is the hard part of
define your own sound.
Define your own sound, because we're stuck in an era right now that once something goes big, it just basically, everyone copies it.
Blossoms and everyone.
Yeah, you're really not gonna get big off of that. You can to a certain degree, if the song does really well, it's really good. But if you create your own sound, it's much better, and that's the hard part, because in the beginning, of course, you want to copy the sound that's big.
For sure.
Yeah, because that's what you want. You want to be. You want to stick out.
You want to be part of the next big thing. You want to create that.
But
genre.
you're gonna be bigger if you create your own.
So it's important to continually be changing your style, actually.
Yes.
To be more original.
People, it's tough because I think Cascade was talking about it on Twitter. Some people will tell you, oh, he'll post a song, a mashup he did a few years ago, and people say, oh, where I want the old Cascade back. And it's tough because if you stick to one sound from 4 or 5 years ago, people are gonna say, oh, here we go, another sound, same thing all over again,
Yes.
And then you change it, and then people are like, oh, I want the old.
They want it both ways.
So it's always a lose-lose situation in there.
Yeah, it really is.
There you go.
But if you don't evolve your sound, you're just gonna be left behind. And I've seen it happen plenty of times.
Yeah. So we're back in Toronto. How does the Toronto crowd compare to other crowds around the world?
Toronto's crazy. It's one of the craziest ones. Last time it was government that I played, Pool House, and it was ridiculous. It was the energy in there was insane. Yeah. And I'm expecting today to be hopefully.
I'm sure it won't
crazy.
be anything different. Yeah.
If you were able to make any changes to the EDM scene, what do you think they would be?
I guess it goes back to being more open-minded about things. I think it's like I said, once we get stuck on one thing, we'll cling on to it, and just be open-minded about certain things, And I feel like sometimes also there's this thing of like I want to say like a border from the underground and the mainstream, and one says that, oh my god, this is not real music and this is not that. I think we should like cut that, you know, because music is music no matter if you like it or not. If it's not your preference,
It's gotta come in the middle.
doesn't mean it's not real. You know, I can just do a beat right here and now it's still music.
Yeah.
You know, but people have that, sometimes it's hate. But I think that's also what I call growing pains. You know, we're still very young in the community, so it needs to grow. And once it grows, it'll
Mature.
mature.
For sure.
So you've been picking up a lot of steam over the past couple years. Do you have any long-term goals or aspirations?
Yeah, I want to open up my own record labels soon. You know, build a brand out of it. You know, do events, kind of what like Steve Angelo does with Size Matters and stuff.
Yeah.
Go from there, and you know, just continue DJing, making music. Just getting deep into the music business is, you know, I like the business part of it too. I'm not just, you know, the artist, and that's it. I love the business part of it. I think that you can grow in the music industry if you know everything about it. If you just stick to one thing, sometimes you get kind of pushed back.
Stay at one level instead of growing.
Yeah.
Is there any part in your set that you typically seem to favor more, like the beginning, the middle, the end? How do you go about approaching it?
It's weird because I have a very old school mentality of how a set should be done. I think it should build. While, you know, some DJs now, they go hard from the beginning and then gradually go down. And so it's like that. I think it should be like that.
Progressively build
Yeah,
up.
progressively. Because I started as an after hours DJ in Miami to do 6-hour sets and stuff like that. So you know, it's like early mornings, 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm
so
assuming
tech house and
I was just gonna say, I'm assuming tech house and deep tech.
Used to building a journey. And
you know, so that's the only thing I like about 2-hour sets or hour and a half or hour sets is because you can't really build, so you have to go hard the whole time, which is fine, you know. For certain crowds and festivals, that's what they want. But yeah, I like to build my sets. And
Sweet.
There's no certain part that's the best, you know. No, it just all comes together in one. So
Mellows and gels together.
Yeah. Definitely. So your SoundCloud, what happened there? I've been noticing that you've been experiencing some issues.
Had a real issue. I think it was mashups. That I guess SoundCloud's cracking down on it. I had a lot of like bootlegs. I did bootleg packs whenever I reached like I think it was 60K on Facebook. So I give it out for free, and of course, you know, SoundCloud comes down on you and they tell you you can't do it.
Right.
And yeah, I think it was one time that I was trying to upload a song and then there was an error, but I kept trying because of the error. So after I noticed, I got a bunch of like notifications from SoundCloud, like so and the thing is, it's crazy because they did it like a month after. It wasn't even at that moment.
Right.
So when it happened, I was caught off guard.
A little bit of a shock.
I was like, what's going on here? And I haven't had anything.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
Had to switch up to Henrix jams now.
Henrix jams, yeah.
There you go.
I give it all my old, like my 2013, the biggest tracks I had, I'd give them all for free.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
and then we have a lot of music coming up. So.
I'm sure the fans appreciate that one.
Yeah.
I gotta say, tonight's gonna be a sold out crowd. Do you have any previews or hints of what's to come?
I don't know. Hopefully craziness, you know. Hopefully party in the snow.
Any unreleased tracks you want to let us know about?
I'm playing some unreleased tracks.
A lot of unreleased tracks tonight.
I have 3 originals coming out soon and a remix.
Cool.
It's a lot. You know, one on Size Records, 2 on Layback Luke's label. I have a remix. That one I can't really talk about much yet, but it's coming out on a really big label.
That's
big
awesome.
Awesome.
Sounds like you got some big things coming.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck in the future.
That's Henrix, and he'll be playing tonight at Brrrrr in front of a sold out crowd.
Guys, it's Ashley Kalen.
And I'm Josh Semenik.
And we're here at Brrrrr Toronto Winter Music Festival 2014 with Daily Padley, aka Hot Since '82. You played in Toronto several times.
That's right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
What's so special about Canadians?
How friendly you guys are compared to the Americans. Nothing against the Americans, but the Canadians seem to be more chilled. Yeah, I mean, every time I've come here, people have been nice, the clubs have been good, and I've always had a really good show, so there's a lot to be said for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any favorite clubs or restaurants?
I went to a Thai restaurant last time, but I can't quite remember the name. That was quite cool. But the club that I like to play the most is Footwork, and they moved to a new club now, so I've yet to play that one. But the last time I was the last international DJ to play the old club, so looking forward to getting back and doing that.
And you actually closed down Footwork, didn't you?
I mean, internationally, yeah. I mean, I think they had one more show before they actually closed down, but it was a great show, man. Really good.
Great. Now, have you ever played a winter festival like this?
No, this is the first. Obviously, you know, I had $600 shoes on,
for you?
but I should have brought some wellies or something. I wasn't quite prepared for how bad the snow actually was, but next year maybe I'll be a bit more prepared.
Little Black Book was an incredible album.
Cool.
For future albums, are you looking to differentiate at all, change the sound
Yeah,
up?
I mean, a lot of people think it was my debut album, but it wasn't. It was half a album stroke compilation. But yeah, after the summer this year, I'm going to start working on my debut album. So, but I mean, I think it went really well in North America and Canada. So it's always a positive.
Indeed. Positive feedback for sure.
Yeah, cool.
You were 17 years old when you started DJing.
Yeah.
It's quite young.
It's quite a while ago now.
Yeah, no
32
kidding.
this year.
Yeah.
I need a walking stick soon.
Maybe
Maybe
we'll
like
get you
Yoda.
something around here. So, how do you think the music industry's changed since then?
I mean, ultimately, I mean, the shift from like vinyl sales to all digital. I mean, it's changed drastically in better ways and in negative ways. But you just have to go roll with the times and just go with the flow, really. But I'm just happy to be here today and be shifting
Well, we're happy to have
record sales. Yeah, cool. As long as we're all happy.
We know being a DJ, you have to work tirelessly in the studio and
Right.
out. What do you do to let loose and be as explicit as possible?
Okay. Nothing major actually. I live in the countryside now, back in the north of the UK called Yorkshire. So when I go home, it's just a matter of just chilling and catching up with friends and family, because that's the thing that keeps you grounded as well and keeps you modest as well. So I just try and be normal. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I know you're slated to play in Coachella this year. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know too much about Coachella, so I'm just gonna grasp it, you know, like any other show. You know, you just turn up and expect the best. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. So and apparently it's a big honor, to be on the lineup as well. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Any other events you're looking forward to this year?
In the US or worldwide?
Worldwide.
Every show. I mean, I'm quite lucky and blessed to be in a position where every show is busy and good. As long as we take it somewhere nice.
That's a good attitude.
Yeah, totally. It's the best way.
Excited to get back to Ibiza?
Always.
Well, Daly, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me, and
Thanks
see
a
you all
lot.
soon.
You bet.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Roll up in the club and get shit cracking.
Hey guys, it's Ashley Kalin reporting for Daily Beat here at Brrrrr Toronto Winter Music Festival 2014. We've got Marlon Floor over here, one half of Bassjackers.
Yeah, correct.
Correct?
Yeah, the other half is in the studio right now.
In the studio?
I hope
That's
so.
an interesting dynamic. How does that work out?
Yeah, so I'm the one that's touring. He's working in the studio, and that is Bassjackers. It's one DJ, one producer.
Have you guys thought of switching it up at all?
Well, that would end bad. Like the sets would be like train wrecks, and the production would be shit. But
Fair enough.
I gotta ask you, you guys were getting shit cracking at Julep Bar last night in Boston. How does it compare to be outside in these cold conditions playing in the winter?
I don't know yet. It's probably gonna be really cold. But let's try to bring the energy and make it sweat.
We will.
Ever since Spetty picked up Beat Cut, you guys started really getting noticed.
Yeah.
How did your sound evolve since then?
The sound evolved. Like everything got like more like big room. It got harder. It got bigger. Like more like it's all like big room music now. Back then it was more like club, like a jacking house, and we went with it. Like music evolves all the time, and we just go with it.
Cool. 2013 was such a big year for the Grammys, notably Daft Punk. They stole it away more or less. What could you take from it, say maybe an electronic pop collaboration in 2014?
Well, we can just say that right now, dance music is taking over the world. The fact that there were so many Grammys in dance music says it all. Like it's all over the place right now, and it's only gonna get bigger and bigger.
Sweet.
Your new hit Kraken got remixed by Martin Garrix and now currently sits at number 2 on Beatport 100.
Yeah.
Any plans on working with the Dutch sensation again?
Well, we know Martin since he was like 14, and he's a really good friend.
So like 30 years ago, right?
Huh? No, he's 17.
I know, it's crazy.
He's 17, so no, you never know. Like we work a lot together, and we like share ideas, and you never know what's gonna come out of that. It's probably gonna be a collaboration like in the future, but there's nothing there yet. But we're really happy with this edit of Kraken, and it did really well. And
All right, awesome. Looking forward to it.
yeah.
Can we expect any upcoming releases, EPs, LPs, singles, anything in the future?
Yeah, so our next track is going to be a collaboration with Jory Das. It's going to be on Doorn Records. It's Sander van Doorn's label. It's called Battle. The music video is already on YouTube. It's doing really well. It's a funny video. We do like a lot of slow motion shots. Sweet. And it's like just playing around. It was a lot of fun recording it, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
Definitely look forward to checking it out.
How would you describe your sound in 3 words?
Crazy, party, bass.
Jack in the bass.
Check in the bass. That is a little slogan we have here.
So you guys are known to having a large female fan base. Which city?
Do we?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Where are they?
Me in particular. Which city are the ladies most friendliest?
It has to be this small village called Toronto.
Yeah.
It's a top 3.
Top 3?
Toronto, yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time, having an
Yeah.
interview with us.
Thanks for having
Best of
us.
luck in your set tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
See you on the dance floor.
Thanks, Marlon.